their jobs.
What is your job?
I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Of course you are.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 romantic comedy Bite Me, a film that is directed by Meredith Edwards and it stars Naomi McDougall-Jones, who also wrote the film, and it also stars Christian Coulson. Now the film focuses on Naomi McDougall-Jones's character, Sarah, and her IRS auditor, played by James, played by Christian Coulson. So Sarah is part of a church, and they are vampires. Now, not the traditional vampires, where they run around howling and snarling and, biting people's necks and they can't go out in the sunlight. Essentially, these are normal people that live a vampire life to some degree and do drink blood on occasions for health reasons. She's audited by the IRS, or the church is audited by the IRS, as they've gained some unwanted attention by one of their members that went on a reality show. The IRS auditor is James, played by Christian Coulson, who, while investigating this vampire church, finds himself falling in love with Sarah, and the film follows their journey as they fall further for each other. Right, what are my thoughts on Bite Me? Well, this is, even though it's a 2019 film, it's just getting its release now. And I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not a big fan of rom-coms, romantic comedies in any way, really. There are some that I really like. And we're talking about things like As Good As It Gets and Jerry Maguire, ones that have got some real meaty, fantastic performances in there. The Pretty Womans and the other throwaway romantic comedies are just not my bag, baby, to coin a phrase. But I have to say, while I wasn't anticipating on really liking this film in a major way, this thing pleasantly surprised me. I really have to say, it's smartly written. And it's got really fun and believable characters in there, and with some genuine chuckles scattered throughout the film. It's not a laugh out loud, gross out comedy or anything like that. The comedy is quite subtle, but it's pitched absolutely perfectly. And I have to say, this film really, really surprised me as to how much I enjoyed it. I thought Naomi McDougall-Jones, who played Sarah, played this character that could easily have been kooky and dislikable and just not believable. She played Sarah really, really well. You had sympathy, empathy, and you really felt something for her. And this character, this misunderstood character, and when she meets James, it's like the missing piece of her life. Well, the missing piece of both their lives. Because James, who plays this IRS auditor, he hates his job. It's the most boring job in the world. He constantly gets nagged by his mother. He's living with a co-worker who's like a woman much older than him. He cuddles a teddy bear. His favourite TV show is The Bachelor. He just doesn't have a life at all. And when they meet each other, they kind of, to coin a Jerry Maguire phrase, they complete each other. And it's really, really lovely to see their journey and to see their love blossom throughout this film. For those of you wondering, it's not sickly, all lovey-dovey and that kind of stuff. It feels natural how they fall in love. It doesn't feel forced or pushed. And my concern when this film started was I felt like it was trying to be a What We Do in the Shadows clone. And there are aspects of this film that will definitely run parallels to that in regards to, the life that they lead. But they are not traditional vampires as they are portrayed in as What We Do in the Shadows sort of thing. Even though that's What We Do in the Shadows is far more comedic than this film is portrayed. This is played much more seriously than that. but with this light humour, this layer of humour that runs right through it, and occasionally it rears up. I mean, there was one scene that had me in stitches where one of the vampires that she hangs around with, one of her friends, decides to have like fake fangs like put in. And there's a scene where they're trying to eat her breakfast cereal that just had me kinks of laughter because it reminded me of all these cheap, low-budget vampire films that I watch when the actors just can't talk, where they've got these fangs in their mouth. It's ridiculous and hilarious at the same time. And this film is so self-aware of that when they're putting these fake fangs in, and she can't even do a simple task like eating a bowl of cereal. Really funny stuff. So, yeah, it's subtle. It's not in your face. It's keeps you completely engaged throughout. Apart from the last quarter of the film went down a very traditional rom-com route in a sense of they break up, they fall out, and then, you know, they kind of have this realization that they're so in love and they're meant for each other sort of thing. You know, the sort of thing that we get all the time in the rom-com. So I thought the last quarter of the film got a little bit lazy and a little bit by the numbers, but I thought the rest of the film was really smartly written, really fun and entertaining. And I just really was surprised as to how much I enjoyed this film. So check it out if you get the opportunity, guys. Bite me. Like I say, I'm not a rom-com fan, but I was really quite impressed with this one. So that's why I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Worth checking out if you want a rom-com with a little bit of a difference. I don't honestly think you'll be disappointed with this one. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back, obviously, with loads more content and reviews on the channel very, very soon.